Hello and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat. Today we're going to be talking about the WSL title race in the aftermath of Arsenal 4, Chelsea 1, a game which now leaves us with two teams sat at the top of the table, joint on points. So, an exciting weekend of WSL action, Harry, and it now leaves us with a very exciting title race.
I mean, it certainly does. What a game on Sunday. Arsenal were absolutely brilliant. Chelsea were really, really poor. I think it's nobody expected that to happen, you know. Most people would have gone for a Chelsea win. Maybe if Arsenal could have been competitive, they might have got a draw. Maybe got a bit of a small win. But to win 4-1 was convincing. They were absolutely brilliant and they thoroughly deserved that win.
Yeah, Chelsea completely blown out of the water, and as Emma Hayes went on to say in her post-match interviews and stuff like that, she was talking about how Chelsea were just not on the same level and how Arsenal, the better side on the day, won the game. And it was quite convincing for Arsenal, as you say. Chelsea, it was a car crash defensively, a real disorganisation there, and the goal came against the run of play. I mean, she was asked, Emma Hayes, what went wrong? She just replied with what went right. And I think that sums it up, really. Chelsea just didn't get going from minute one. The goal came against a run of play, and it was a fortunate one at that. And they didn't take momentum from that. They didn't fix their act, and Arsenal walked away with a comfortable 4-1 victory. So, a disappointing weekend for the Blues. It now leaves Arsenal and Chelsea joint on 22 points at the top of the WSL calendar, top of the table, sorry. And it does put Chelsea's defence of the title in a little bit of jeopardy now because they are level on points. It means, you know, we were talking about how if Chelsea had won this game this weekend, they could be 6 points clear at the top. And is that insurmountable? Potentially. But they're now level. That's certainly not insurmountable. They're level. So it's definitely created a bit more of a title race. City dragged right back into it. They're now only 3 points off top. They could have ended up 6 or stayed 6 points off top. But yeah, they close up the gap. Arsenal close up to level. It's very, very close.
It is very close. I mean, what a weekend it could have been if it was so different. You know, obviously, City went behind to Villa, did really well to pull it back in the second half to give them a chance of being near Arsenal and Chelsea. Arsenal went and did them an absolute favour. And to have 3 points separating our top three, it is not ideal for Chelsea, who, when they're going to be fighting on all fronts this year, they'd have liked to win this game to put the league kind of very far ahead of them. So.
Yeah, and it is concerning that without Millie Bright, they just don't seem to be able to defend against the top side. I mean, even against Leicester, it was 2 goals conceded, which isn't good enough. Leicester aren't that great. But I don't think it should be panic stations yet for Chelsea. I mean, I've put on the board, are Chelsea still favourites? I definitely think so.
Yeah.
I think they've definitely got the strongest team. It's just a disappointing weekend. But they did, even against City earlier in the season, it wasn't a great game, and Chelsea probably would have lost that if it weren't for the 2 red cards for Manchester City. So they have been inconsistent this year. A big test will come against Manchester United on the 21st of January, first game of the new year. So it's going to be interesting how that pans out. Obviously, we will see Chelsea in action tomorrow, the day this goes out. We are live tomorrow for that Champions League game against Paris FC. Not against Paris FC, sorry, against BK Harken. That'll be interesting how Chelsea perform, whether they can bounce back. But Bristol City next weekend as well, that should be a win. Chelsea should be getting back to winning ways and therefore pushing back up the table. Obviously, Arsenal play... Is it... Oh, I want to say Brighton, but it isn't, is it? I'm going to have to double check now.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the break is very, very well timed for Chelsea.
They need it, yeah.
Harken tomorrow night should be a win. Same with Bristol City, because they don't need to be vintage Chelsea to win those 2 games. They just need to get the job done.
And then Harken again, obviously.
And then obviously Harken again, and then they can all go. They can go to have their Christmas dinners, enjoy themselves, have a rest, and then get straight back on the wagon to hit the new year. Hit the new year with a big bang and win this title.
And by the time we're recording next week, Chelsea could be back to top. Obviously, Arsenal play Tottenham on Saturday. We're live for that one as well. The 12 o'clock on the Saturday away. If Tottenham win that, and Chelsea beat Bristol City, suddenly Chelsea are 3 points clear once more. So it definitely could be tight, even after this result. So I don't think this... Obviously, it's a bad day for Chelsea. I don't think it's the end of their title or anything like that. It's a very long season. Obviously, these two meet again in a couple months' time, in March. It'll be interesting to see where Chelsea are at that point, whether they have re-established that gap. Because between now and then, they have United in early Jan, and then they've got February. In February, they play Manchester City. In March, they've got Arsenal. So, yeah.
I think this game signals more of a chance for Arsenal than Chelsea losing it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because realistically, if Chelsea had won this, they were long gone. They were down the road.
Do you think Arsenal and City can push Chelsea to the end?
I think one of them can, if not both. Because all it takes, so if they can remain semi-fault, because this Chelsea side, to be completely honest, that I can see them dropping points to United. I can see them dropping points against both Arsenal and City. I mean, apart from that, I think they should tank every other team. But
especially as we get deeper into this season, then I mean, Arsenal have 2 games in April. Chelsea could have as many as 4, I believe, with their obviously the Champions League schedule. So, and they're going to have to start moving games to midweeks and stuff like that to accommodate if they get to those Champions League semi-finals in April. I don't think it's going to be comfortable for Chelsea at all at this rate, and I think it's going to be very difficult for them to maintain or retain their WSL title while also winning the Champions League. It's going to be very difficult, especially when you consider their opponents in the Champions League. We think about who's going to be up there at the end of this Champions League campaign. You're likely going to see Barcelona, who are currently winning Liga F by a canter. You've got in Liga, and it's going to be, you have Lyon probably up there again.
PSG have not looked good at all.
No, Lyon, though, they should be clear in Liga by quite some distance. Then you've got potentially Bayern Munich. Well, probably Bayern Munich as the other semi-finalist. Obviously, teams could meet up earlier in the tournament and stuff like that. But if we're being realistic, probably Bayern Munich. It's going to create a weird dynamic, because those 3 are either going to be comfortable in their leagues or already out of the title race in the case of Bayern. If I haven't actually checked the Frauen Bundesliga, so I'm going to do that now. Let's have a look. Yeah, so Wolfsburg are top by 2 points, but Bayern have a game in hand, so they can go back to top.
Wolfsburg obviously not being the Champions League is a bonus for Chelsea. I think it is going to be very difficult though for Chelsea now to fight for all 4 competitions they want to win.
Barca have won every single game and at 8 points clear. So winning that by a canter. Just go double check Liga as well. But
I think Arsenal will be very. I think the reaction from Chelsea tells you all you need to know on Sunday. That they now realise they are in a fight. Arsenal, exactly the same thing. They realise they're in a fight, but also there's a different mood around that. We saw Eidval on the pitch with the whole team huddled around him, giving a very passionate talk. He knows that win on Sunday has set them up for their best chance in a long time.
Yeah.
So if they are level with points of Chelsea going into the winter break, anything can happen in the run in the new year.
That spirit and belief is back. Lyon top by 5 points, by the way. But that spirit and belief is back now for them. They look at it as a real opportunity now to actually win a title over Chelsea. And in Emma Hayes' last season, to really burst that bubble. A lot of people are going, she's going to go out on a win and she's going to win everything. But it seems like she could go out on a low if Arsenal and City are as competitive as they've seemed so far. So Chelsea with work to do in the coming weeks to make up for a very disappointing result at the weekend. Whether they can do that or not is going to be interesting. But good weekend of WSL action overall. Other games, we obviously saw Tottenham, Manchester United. I mean, that was fairly convincing. Man United, Tottenham looked very poor without Artinen and co.
I don't think United can join that top 3 either. I think
that was going to be my next question.
I think we have our top 3 cemented on, really.
I don't know. I still think there's a lot of. I believe in United a bit more, to be honest.
I think they're playing well. I just don't see them gaining enough points to catch up.
They're only a point behind City. They're 4 points off Chelsea, top of the league. For me, think they're definitely there. I don't think Liverpool are 5th. They're 7 points off Chelsea and not that strong a team anyway. For me, it's still a 4-way fight, though. I think United are in the conversation. I look at that team, and while they haven't been convincing in a lot of games this season, they were really good against Tottenham last weekend. They've now, other than City, they've now not lost. I think that's the only loss of the season, actually. Yeah, only loss of the season was to Manchester City. So very strong so far, and actually they have got a really good team. So,
but all their hopes can be dashed in the new year. That Chelsea United game to be massive.
If they win it, that's right, isn't it?
I tell you what, if United win that, then Chelsea are in trouble.
They've got Liverpool this weekend, which could help them establish a gap up at the top of the table. Then they've got Chelsea and Aston Villa in January next year. February they go to Arsenal away. So, and then City at the start of March. So quite a difficult start to the new year. Obviously Chelsea on the final day of the season as well is not a nice fixture for United. That could be huge. If it goes down to the final game, Chelsea have got to go away to Manchester United.
So, especially if United are gunning for European places.
Yeah. Or in the title race themselves.
Yeah. I think it's going to be really difficult. Chelsea, they're still the favourites though. And I think if you had to ask me who I put my money on, I'm not betting again. Who is?
Arsenal fans, City fans, United fans, Liverpool fans, Tottenham fans.
I would never bet against Emma Hayes' Chelsea.
No, No, you'd be a bit of a fool too. I think Chelsea are still very, very strong. They've still got the best team in the league, given their current injuries as well. I do have a fear that if Millie Bright gets injured again, that's it. Season over. Because he seems to be holding that defence. He really is the glue in that back line. That's why someone needs to step up. Whether it's Buchanan, Carter or Mielda, I don't care. Someone has to step up though. And whether that needs investment in January or not remains to be seen. But I wouldn't be surprised if that is an area that Chelsea look at in the January window.
In the league. At that point, I think Chelsea would just piss the league.
But yeah, I think it definitely needs a centre half who can lead.
Yeah.
And who can replace Millie Bright eventually down the line. Obviously, she has renewed her contract, but it's only another year. So, you know, we're just kicking the can further down the line in theory of trying to replace her. So, yeah, I definitely think there's improvements here there. I look at that Mielda Carter backline, and while they were fine in the Champions League, no, sorry, Paris, that was against Paris, obviously it was Buchanan anyway. But that Mielda Carter backline played fine against Leicester last weekend, though. It was a big reason why we lost, I think. Mielda got caught out, obviously, for that Russo goal. Carter hasn't had a particularly good season. I don't think she was particularly poor against Arsenal, but against her relative performance recent. But, yeah, no, it's just not been good for Chelsea.
No, and that's it. Chelsea usually piss the league because they don't make errors. And it has been a catalogue of errors, not only in the Arsenal game, but in every game this season. Even
the City game, really not good in that match. Obviously, came away with the 1-1 draw in the end. Very fortunate to do so in the second game of the season. Other than that, Chelsea haven't really been offered a challenge in the league. They've won every other game bar Arsenal and City. And I think that does represent the biggest difference now between those two teams fighting at the top, or 4 teams fighting at the top, is that Chelsea don't drop points at other teams. They can win this league while only dropping points at Arsenal and City. Yeah, because we've seen City lost to Brighton a few weeks ago. United dropped points every now and again. Arsenal had a few off games as well. Arsenal are very fortunate to be in the position they're in. They drew with Manchester United. I mean, Chelsea United would be interesting because obviously United didn't offer City much of a challenge. They did draw with Arsenal though, so Chelsea, that has to be a win, of course. Arsenal, Tottenham as well. Tottenham haven't offered much of a challenge to anyone in recent weeks, but could they have a fight in the derby? Maybe they have that fight back, but it's going to be interesting to see how this season rolls out. So, final question then. We're going to go for a prediction. Who will win the WSL? Chelsea. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, I'm sticking with the Blues as well. I'll be a fool to not. Yeah. So, yeah, that's everything for this week. We are live twice this week, as I mentioned throughout today, but I'll plug it again here. We are live tomorrow. This goes out on Wednesday. We'll be live on Thursday for the Chelsea BK Harken game, so we're really excited for that. Hopefully Chelsea can get back to winning ways in the Champions League, so please do join us for that watch along. Then Saturday morning, it is Tottenham versus Arsenal. Tottenham at home, I believe. So, yeah, should be a good one as well. Can Arsenal keep the good times going? They'll be hoping they can. So, yeah, final game week of the WSL year. Obviously, after that, we have a 4-week break. Do not worry, though. We're not going anywhere. We'll still be pumping out videos. Obviously, there won't be any streams over that time period. I know I can hear the collective booing, but we will be back as soon as WSL is back, of course, probably in Chelsea January. United on TV. Yes, probably so. So, yeah, it's definitely on TV. It's Chelsea Man United. It'd be mental if they didn't. It's the 12 o'clock on Sunday. The only reason we wouldn't is if we do end up going to the game, but I think I think we'll stream it, but we will see. Anyway, enough of our rambling and our plans. On Friday, predictions will be out. Look out for that. Not WSL predictions, sorry. So look out for that. That is everything, though, for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. If you're new around here, subscribe. We're getting loads on stream on Sunday. Just a quick message for all of them. Thank you guys so much. That's an incredible stream. And, yeah, your support is appreciated massively. Let's hope. I mean, going to set an ambitious goal here. Can we hit 100 before the end of the year? Maybe. 34 subs to go. We've got 1 game week left of the season, 2 streams left of the year. If anyone can do it, it's you guys. So get involved, make sure to subscribe. That's everything from us this week. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. See ya.